Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you how I cover my dark circles. I've had them all my life because they are hereditary, and I've recently been experimenting with how to cover them up properly using colour correction, and also I've got a few new products that I've discovered recently that I find have really been helping. So let's get into it. So I've really zoomed you in so you can see my bags. I'm going to put foundation on first. So, I've already primed. I've used the Emma Hardy Brilliance Oil, which is brilliant. And then I've also used the Emma Hardy Amazing Face Protecting Prime. This has got SPF 30 in it. I am using retinol and AHA at the moment, so I think it's important to have an SPF of 30 or above. So I'm going to just start with foundation. My favourite foundation at the moment is, drumroll, a CYO foundation. I never thought I would like a drugstore foundation this much for £7.50, but clearly I do, because you can see I've used like a bit more over than half. I also like the packaging of this because you won't waste anything. It's not like it's in a glass bottle where you have to kind of scrape the bottom out. So yeah, I'm going to start with that. So I'm just going to pop 2 pumps. I find 2 pumps is enough. Got a little mirror down here, so if I'm looking to the side, that's because I've got a mirror. So I just pop it like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just blend it in. Now to the eye bags. So I find my under eyes are very blue, and then in the inner corner they're slightly purple. I also get quite bad runny eyes, so I have to kind of combat that as well. There's a few issues with regards to, I've got quite sensitive under eyes. I've been using the Elizabeth Arden Privage eye cream, and I find that this has been like really helping smooth under there. It doesn't do anything for the discoloration though. So my favourite thing, as you can tell, in a moment I will show you, is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, the Eraser Eye. It's an eye treatment and concealer. It's the brightener version. I mean, look at how much I've used of that. It's literally empty. I could probably get enough out for today's video, but yeah, it's empty. So what I'm going to do with this is you click it up like this. Obviously there's no more left in the bottom, but there's a bit left at the top, so just get it all out, and then it's like a bingo dabber, so you literally just squeeze. I've got to really like squeeze the residual. I'll try and get it on my finger. There we go, it's coming out now. So I just, obviously with that, I would usually do it with this, but it's run out, so I have bought a new one, but I've ordered it online. So I just tap around my eye, right in the inner corner, and then underneath, and then just on the other one as well. I might just have enough. The struggle is real with that. So then I'm just going to do the same on the other side. I think the consistency of this is really good as well. I do find, with me being really fair, the actual concealer version of this isn't fair enough. It's too dark and very yellow, so that doesn't work for me. And then I'll just get another mirror. So what I'm going to do here is with this brush, so this is the e.l.f. foundation blurring brush. I find that it's a bit denser, a bit taller, and it's a little bit more tapered towards the top. So then I'll just blend the rest of the edges out there. I mean, you can tell already, not even without concealer, that has just brightened the whole area and made it look a lot more awake. But it doesn't cover my freckles, which I like. So I'm just going to also try and centre it towards the middle of my face. I've got 2 concealers, because I'm like that. This is the Revolution Conceal and Define concealer. You can use this for contouring as well as conceal and brightening. So I've got the shade C1 and C3. So what I do with C3, because it's more pink toned, I use that first, and then that also counteracts under the eyes the blueness. And then I also use C1 because this one is more of a neutral shade and it's a lot lighter, so that brightens as well, but it also covers. So I'm going to start with C3. I feel like this is a lot, but this is why I don't put foundation under my eyes, because I used to do that and I found that it would just cake. So where the line of my bag is, I just go like that. Sorry, my hair is just wild. And then again on this side. So what I find is that it's best for it to kind of not set, but kind of semi-tack. It goes tacky, and that's at the point where you want to start blending. So what I tend to do is just sit here and wait. And then once it's gone to like a tacky consistency where it's semi-dried, I just then pat it out with a brush, because if you use a sponge, the sponge sucks up all of the product and then you've obviously lost your coverage there. So with that shade, I've concentrated it in the actual crease of the eye bag. The next shade, I'm going to concentrate in the inner corner of my eye to just brighten it up. So this is the C1. Again, I'm going to wait for it to go tacky. So that has now gone tacky. So now I'm just going to blend. And as you can see, I mean, I think that that looks a lot brighter than it did before. I mean, it's just completely covered the darkness. The only thing I would say is that it won't ever cover the line under my eye, because that's just like the shape of my eye. I've got deeper eye sockets, I think, so that's just what that is. Can't change that. So I'll just blend the other one out. And then my last trick of the day. So my new favourite thing that is also relatively cheap. So this was £5. Sorry, it's got that foundation on the Revolution Pro Pressed Finishing Powder. So what I did was I went all the way along the wall of makeup and swatched every single pressed setting powder that I could find, and this one was the most pigmented and it was also white. So I am very fair. Obviously this probably wouldn't work for everybody. It does say that it's like suitable for all skin tones, but it is very, very white. So I mean, look. So this was what I wanted for under my eyes to brighten. I think I'm going to use this brush. So this is the Blank Canvas Cosmetics F10 brush. I absolutely love a slanted kabuki for under the eyes. I just think it packs on the powder. It sets so when my eyes water, it doesn't disturb any of the makeup underneath. So I literally like pack it onto the brush like that, and then mine's broken, by the way. I've only had it like a month or something and the tops came off, and then I literally so this end, the top bit, I'll turn and I'll get it so that the shorter end is right under my eye. And do you see, I just pack it on. Like that. But don't worry, I'm not going to leave it like that. It's like a kind of a bake, but not a bake, if you know what I mean. So pack a bit more on. And get it right under the eye. I also use this around my nose, a bit on my forehead, because obviously I want to brighten. So as you can see, that looks a lot brighter under there. And then what I do after that is I get my big Primark fluffy brush. I don't know the name of this. It was from Primark, it was £1. I get my Gellar Balance and Glow in Porcelain, which is also one of my favourite setting powders. And then I just go over and set everything. And as you can see under my eyes, you can still see I've got bags because that's just the shape of my eye and I can't change that. But you can actually see it looks a lot brighter. I don't look like I've not had any sleep. I look a lot more awake and not dead. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more of me, subscribe, and if you hit the like button, and I will hopefully see you again soon. Thanks, bye.